if you see him, because he's very humble, you mistake his will. His willpower is immense. And he's somebody who can last. He's very resilient. He's very tenacious. So when we came in 2023, and they were saying he will soon run away, I said, these people don't know who they have met. So we continue with that in 2023, and he gave that result he gave. So Nwosu, in summary, should tell himself the truth. He never contested any primary with Peter Obi, because contest of primary is when you are voted for, not when you are running around, say you are an aspirant. That's not the contest. The contest is when you are subjected to a vote. So Peter Obi and Nwosu were never subjected to a vote through a primary, because I've told you the circumstance of our selection of our candidates across Nigeria, not only in Anambra State.
Now we are back to some of the issues, people moving, and then all reactions. Datti, who was his vice presidential candidate under the Labour Party, criticized his defection and described his decision to leave in the middle of the crisis in Labour Party as not the hallmark of a great leader. And he said he could have stayed in APGA, that if he couldn't stay in APGA, Labour Party, ADC, how can he solve the problem of Nigeria? Do you agree, or do you have a different view to all this?
Peter Obi's strategic vision is the answer to all these things they are saying. Somebody who has a strategic mind will know when to move from a place of discomfort to go in pursuit of an ideal. Peter's ambition is to provide service to the people of this country. He did it in Anambra State. And if you have a vision, you have to know when there are bottlenecks to achieving that, realizing that vision. So now that it became obvious in Labour Party that Peter Obi's performance in 2003 had upset the ruling government, because Peter has been widely acknowledged to be the winner of that election. It doesn't matter how he ended the court. This is a democracy. The court has spoken, and everybody will abide by it. And Peter, in his nature, took the decision of the court, and he's not causing any problem in Nigeria. But he continued with his vision to find a way to come and help to reposition the country. What the country is facing today shows that Nigeria is still in need of leadership, so that we'll be able to get things better for our people. Tinubu may have done well in some places, but there are so many gaps that need to be closed in leadership. So he's in continuous search for that opportunity to do those things as a philosopher that he needs to do to change things around in Nigeria. One thing that Peter believes in is disruptive action. He believes that you cannot do the same thing all over again and achieve a different result. He knows that the lifestyle of Nigerians and the type of governance Nigeria has witnessed over the years, responsible for a monumental failure, cannot continue. There must be a break from the past to behold the future and have a new direction. So if you see Obi will tell you that he is here on a mission to put the country back on a track to real development. And Peter considers governance in Nigeria to be very expensive and wasteful. That is why I can tell you, I've not seen anybody in my life who can husband money, who can keep money more than Obi. He can never, under any guise, spend money unjustly, even in his own personal life and business. So that is why Obi, with all the money he has, he will always maintain a low profile. That is the first discipline you need to provide leadership to any society. If you can't manage money, you cannot keep money, and shun ostentatious lifestyle, you cannot serve the people, cannot meet the needs of the people. How much more Nigerian people that are in hundreds of millions in number. So that is one thing he's going to bring to government, that Peter will not be, his head will not blow because he has seen money. Today we are hearing about trillions of money in budget. Those things are just mere figures. Peter Obi, if he's the president, any money he finds, he will use it justly. When I told you how we started in 2001, Peter will come from Lagos to meet me in Enugu, for us to go to Anambra, because I live in Enugu, to go and meet people, stakeholders and all that. He will come and he will stay in the room. And I was observing him. Peter will come, open his suitcase. I will see maybe 1.5 million naira mint in that suitcase. He will close his bag. Then he will go to Anambra, move around, talking to people. You know, when we return, on the way there he will go back. I will be looking at him. He will pack that bag again. I will see those 3 bundles of money still in the bag. He won't spend it, but he will be making pledges. Later he will send money, checks, 100,000, 200,000, as the cost of things were at that time. You know, so if he were to be the ordinary politician today, by the time he goes to Anambra, so that 1.5 million will come back to Enugu with him. So I knew that of him. And in my relationship with him, I said it on television recently, about last week. I have never related with Obi for the past 26 years for the money he can give me. Because I know he will not give. And if he doesn't give you, you get offended. I knew it from day one. Because I told him in the interview I had with him that I was told that you don't give people money. You are tight-fisted. He told me no, he doesn't spend money. He said he was allergic to wasteful spending. And I told him it will not be a problem between two of us. Let us go and work together to serve the people. So all these people calling him names today on television are people who will go for that money that they think he has, and he will disappoint them. The next thing you see, they will get angry and run to television and start calling him all kinds of names. The problem is the money. But it does not mean that Peter cannot spend money on things he's convinced about. You can ask him for money now, he will not give you. But tomorrow you see Peter spending money either in a hospital to pay hospital bills for those who are sick. You may see him donating money to nursing schools, health facilities, hospitals and schools. His own personal money. He does it up to today. Going to IB camps across Nigeria, in Bauchi, in Jos, anywhere where there's a disaster, you see Obi will go there and donate money. But those who are around him will feel that this man is very wealthy, and you give him bills to pay you money to go and do this, and then he will laugh. He can give you money, measured money, not money that will make you his supporter to go on the rampage. So that consciousness of him that I have gotten used to since 2001. And those who do not understand Obi will continue to misunderstand him. The other day I saw Kenneth Okonkwo on television raining abuses on Peter Obi. I have had cause to discuss with him privately about last year. I told him, don't do this thing you are doing because you will regret it. He said, no way, that he will not work with Peter Obi again over his dead body. How can somebody like this be there? You have things to do, he will not give money to do them and that. But since he has not been giving people money to do this, has his public acceptability diminished? It has not. Because people know him that he's committed to doing the right thing. He will spend money wisely and justly. If it's something that I, Victor Umeh, will spend 5 million naira to do, Obi will spend 500,000 naira on it. Because he will manage it. So that is the difference between him and people. So in terms of not staying behind to fix the problems in Labour Party, then ADC, he has moved. And now he's an NDC. I laugh at them. Because Obi has consistently said on television that he will never be part of transactional politics. Transactional politics is where you give people money to support you. He said he will never do it. want to do primary, you budget 500,000 naira per delegate. Obi will never do it. I know he will never do it. Because all through APGA, I worked with him till date. I know he will never give you money to put a vote for him to win a primary. So if they are saying that he doesn't run, it's because of his personal conviction that he will not use money to buy a position to serve the people. That if he's spending money to buy his way through, if he gets to office, he will steal the money belonging to the people. Obi says that I will use public money for public good. In Anambra State, he served for 8 years, and on exit, I have the handover note where he handed over 75 billion naira. 75 billion naira. Cash and investments. He had $150 million investment in Diamond Bank. $150 million. Because he believes in saving. As money was coming, he was working, he was saving money. $150 million and then 75 billion naira. If you check all these things, you cannot find it in the record of any politician in Nigeria. Somebody who can serve, and with all the great works he did, with all the cries of people following him for largesse, he refused. He was able to leave such money behind because he was saving for the future of the state. So that is what they don't understand about him. So I always laugh because I know him, and if you go for that, you will not get it. Even if you put a gun on his head to go to primary where they are sharing $5,000 per delegate for him to become presidential candidate of any party. He will never do it. But still he has been able to move through it, navigating his way through. In the Labour Party, it wasn't the same thing. He was able to become candidate of the Labour Party. In APGA, he didn't pay money to people for votes. He was able to become candidate of APGA 2 times. I was national chairman for those 2 times. I was involved in the process. He didn't pay money. We were convinced about what he wanted to do for the people. And he became candidate. He performed. In Labour Party, he didn't buy his way through in Labour Party. Part of time stepped down for him in the convention. Because party knew him and knew his mission. He became the presidential candidate. And look at what he did. If I had been president for the past 3 years, with all the money available, you will know what I'm talking about, physical discipline. Obi knows how to husband money. I made it abundantly clear. And I can tell you that what makes him condemn excessive borrowing going on in Nigeria today is because he believes we have not managed our resources well. So nobody should be angry with him. And now that they say they ran away from ADC, the style in ADC, we met all of them, because I went to ADC with him. We met the presidential aspirants too. And we know what they told us. And if Obi had remained to go into that mad chase of the ticket with dollars and the rest of them, he will be missing his principle. So we have gone to NDC, and it is working for him again. Dixon, the leader of the party, recognizes his abilities. As these things are happening in Nigeria, Nigerians are now moving to NDC in droves. NDC is the fastest growing party I can imagine in Africa. We joined the party on the 3rd of May. Today, go to their portal. Several millions of people have registered with the party. Before we joined, it wasn't like that. So people have identified Obi's mission. And mind you, those who are joining the party are not the people who are playing any role in the party. The electorate are registering with NDC because Obi is there. People in ADC are now crying, calling Obi names because Obi left. And when he left with almost the conscience of the party. Because what is happening there is not what the public were waiting to see. And he moved, and the people have moved with him. The electorate are waiting, not party members. Not even those who go to television to talk. Those who voted for him in 2023 will be eager to vote for him again. So somebody who sees the odds against him in a process of initiating change will always know how to move to keep his vision and aspiration moving. The presidential expression of interest form for NDC that was advertised on the 12th of May had lapsed on Sunday night. Only Obi purchased the form. It was made available to the public by advertisement. So if God is not preserving him for a mission, somebody would have gone to buy the ticket and bring confusion there. So he has emerged as the sole aspirant. Today he will undergo screening by the panel set up by the party. And if they clear him, he will be the sole candidate in the primary. So he will now achieve the first hurdle, or crossing the first hurdle of being a president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, being nominated. So when he is nominated, he will now go to work. So those who are criticizing him are wobbling. Datti, when we left Labour Party last year, Datti remained. He continued to work with Aburi. He continued to attend their meetings and all that, trying to give them buffer, support. And eventually, where is he? He has left the same Labour Party. He resigned. He's now in the People's Redemption Party, PRP. So he couldn't stay. So why blaming Obi for leaving when Peter Obi is now be credited to be a man who saw tomorrow? So if you are visionless, you can get stuck in the mud. You can't make a movement. It was because Peter has great sense of anticipation that he's able to plan ahead of others in movement. And I'm happy to be associated with him, because when some of these things start, he will tell me what he wants to do, and I will analyze them. I will analyze them and tell him what to do. This is the way we have to go. To go to NDC, I was the person who did the due diligence check on that party. So when Umeh started talking on television that NDC registered, I had gone into the matter. I had read the judgment of the Federal High Court Lokoja that ordered INEC to register NDC. And I knew that that judgment has not been appealed against since 10th of December 2025. And you have 90 days to appeal. That has lapsed long ago. Aside from that, what was the issue before the court? Issue of similarity of logo between APC and NDC. At the court, the judge asked everybody in court, these two logos, one is a broom, one is a two fingers victory sign. Are they related? Are they similar? Everybody in the court started laughing, said no. They are very distinct logos, because the only thing that will make INEC refuse your registration will be principally one, that your acronym is the same with the acronym of an existing party, or that your logo is the same with the logo of an existing party, or that there is anything in your organization that will make you not eligible for registration. So the NDC passed all the tests, but the issue of logo that INEC refused to accept. And then NDC went to court to compel INEC to register it, to review this action. And the court found in favor of INEC that the victory sign, two fingers, and the broom are not anyway similar. So what will we go to challenge again? So I did that check. I interviewed the officers of the party, both the legal advisor, national legal advisor. I met with all of them, and I reported to our team. I looked at other parties. I identified the weaknesses in other parties, and I advised that this is the best place to go. Particularly, as I could also confirm that Sireke Dixon, senator, who is my colleague in the National Assembly, is the leader of the party. Sireke Dixon has a character that nobody can manipulate because we serve in the Senate. He's never afraid of speaking for justice. You follow us, you follow our plenaries. So I said all the other parties that may be available, I cannot vouch for the durability of the platform because once the leaders of those parties are compromised, you'll be left in the lurch. So I said, let's go with NDC. Everybody agreed. That's how we went to NDC.
All right, Datti has also said that Obi-Kwakwanso combination may not sell in the North, that the North may not rally around Obi-Kwakwanso ticket if that comes to fruition. What do you think?
Well, it is a statement, I believe, that is made without due sense of responsibility. One is that the northern Nigeria is not a homogeneous society. You have the youths, you have the middle-aged, you have elders in the entire north. Somebody cannot come out today to say on behalf of the north that the north cannot support a certain candidate. The time when we're using such primordial sentiments in the politics of Nigeria, the time has since gone. The youths of Nigeria today, irrespective of where they come from, they are looking for good governance. They are looking for a secure, prosperous future for themselves. The time when ethnicity played such roles in Nigerian politics, we have seen that Nigeria has not fared better. So what people are looking for is a new Nigeria. And that's what Peter says, that it is possible. So for him to now say that the North will not support Peter Obi, I would like him to say that he will not support Peter Obi. He's entitled to it. But he cannot speak for the entire North. We've been involved in consultations everywhere in Nigeria, both northern elders and when you meet them, you analyze issues and you can take away the truth that Nigeria is changing. It's no longer when there is a prejudice against certain people. Those who are using those prejudices of the past to stand against maybe an Igbo man becoming president of Nigeria will be cut off like oxbow lake. You know what an oxbow lake is? An oxbow lake is a lake you find on the course of the river to the ocean. When the flow of the river becomes weak, it will not be able to pass through some thresholds on the river course. It will be cut off. Then the lake will be there. It's called an oxbow lake. Water will run around the place and the lake will remain. That's what is called agents of denudation. I read geography. So when the river is on its course, it becomes weak towards emptying into the ocean. And because the force of flow has become weak, it started meandering. It will start meandering. And in the process of meandering, sometimes some body of water will be cut off, others will continue, and you have a lake. So what I'm trying to tell you is that those who are impervious to the need for a new Nigeria will see Nigeria take them by surprise. They will be swept away. As we are moving in 2023, it was difficult for Obi to get a running mate from the North. It was difficult. All the people that we met, we will discuss, they will agree and say they will come in the morning to sign papers. The next morning they will call you and say, please, they will not be able to do it. Because when they go and meet people who reason like Datti, they will run away. But eventually, by divine providence, we found Datti through recommendation of some people. A very good man, a very brilliant person, but I think what he is grappling with is improper analysis of political situations. We got him, and he played very good role, very supportive role, canvassing support and speaking nicely. That's why today, if you go to online, you see a lot of great things he said about Obi before now. And two, because he's not the running mate now, to Obi. I don't know for what reason why he's criticizing. Today, Kwankwaso, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, came as a willing collaborator in this mission. He came as a willing collaborator with his clout in politics, former governor for 8 years, former minister of defense, former senator. He was able to accept to run with Peter Obi. That is the difference. So he's still talking about what happened in 2023, where he lost his word in Zaria. That is what he's still thinking about. It is not like that. Kwankwaso can never lose his word. He cannot lose his constituency. I can bet anything on that. No matter how the ruling party tries it, they can't do it. So Kwankwaso has committed himself to this change, to bet a new Nigeria. At our convention, he spoke at our convention on the 9th of May. I was standing by him when he was making his address. Tears were actually dripping from my eyes, where he said that Nigeria needs healing. He traced the political relationship between northern Nigeria and eastern Nigeria and southeast Nigeria in particular, starting from 1954, with the northern elements, People's Union, NEPU, led by Aminu Kano, and NEPU, Sadana, Ahmadu Bello, with Northern People's Congress and NCMC in 1959, that bettered the First Republic. He was able to say again how Shagari worked with Alex Ekwueme and how they all did great things for this country. So he didn't come to this ticket because he's looking for power. He came out of a personal conviction that he can work with Obi and change a lot of things in Nigeria. So the idea that nobody from the north will vote for Peter Obi, it will catch up with some people, definitely, but it is not going to make much meaning in the election, because this poverty and hardship is ravaging both the north and everywhere in Nigeria. If they see hope, they will grab it. Nigerians will grab hope. The insecurity in the north and other parts of Nigeria, he said at the convention that himself and Obi will tackle insecurity. So all the promises they are making are things that inspire a lot of generations here in this country. So we'll leave it at that and pray that the process will be peaceful. Let everybody, including the ruling party, let's look forward to an election that will be credible, free and fair. There's nothing about somebody wanting to provide leadership or to challenge a leadership that is in authority. That is the way you bring reforms and better government. In America, have you seen where Republicans have stayed for 20 years? It cannot happen. That's why they have maintained Republicans and Democrats. They will try you 8 years, they shift to the other side to taste the two sides of the coin. And that's why American democracy has become enduring.